Hello everybody and welcome back to another video and another episode of Etoh Honest Reviews. Today I'm gonna do a 6th review where we are in ring 6. I'm gonna review a tower that's a lot harder than any tower that I've done, and I'm not even able to complete it legit. I all jumped it 2 times already and I'm kind of familiar with the tower. So without further ado, let's review till I end. By Fyodorek and Silzulski. Let's get into this monster. So you're gonna see this floor and hear the song for a lot of time. I might be able to go to floor 2 maybe in half an hour. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I won't even do a recap because it's pretty hard to describe most of the parts of this tower, to be honest. Let's just know that floor 7 is like one of the hardest, and floor 10 has a pretty epic finale. So this tower gets shit on for being pretty terrible, but I'm being honest, like every single person that I know did this as their first. Okay, not every single person, but like every terrifying plus obvious has done this as like one of their first 3 terrifyings, or most of the time even first. I mean, it's insane to you can go and count how many YouTubers even have done this as their first terrifying, and I bet that more than 50% that are plus terrifying skill level have done this. So yeah, even though this sucks, it's, you know, a pretty important tower for most players, I guess. Also, another interesting thing, I guess, is what is it called? This is the sequel to Tots, which is kind of cool. Yes, it doesn't even play like Tots most of the time, which is interesting. Okay, what is this? Why am I doing this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a really quick recap. So floor 1 starts off with pretty basic gameplay, to be honest. Then you got to floor 2, which is also pretty basic, just that it has a lot of dance clips and an outside section. Now we are to floor 3, which has similar jumps, similar structures to the H jumps of True Skill floor 3, but this time with tight ropes, which means that the middle is thinner than on Tots, where every part is even in terms of thickness. But you know, after that, on floor 4 there's really not that much special going on. Floor 5 also not that special. Then we get onto floor 6, which has the extension, which is netted, as well as floor 7, which also floor 7 is like one of the hardest floors. Floor 8 just has a lot of glitches, that's it basically. And then we have floor 9, which just has a lot of kill bricks, I guess. And floor 10, which is pretty repetitive at most parts, but also got some cool jumps, I guess. But yeah, the main criticism this tower has is the design, which is, again, in my opinion, it's a 2019 tower, I guess. But still, design like this is kind of embarrassing, even for 2019 standards, to be honest. I mean, again, most Z fighting I think got fixed in this tower. But yeah, it's just terrible. Misalignments everywhere, and fin stats are just extremely ugly. The creativity is also non-existent, by the way, in this tower. It just introduces nothing new, just shows you a way to make hard purist gameplay, I guess. Since the avatars were just Finstat based, other terrifyings or Arcane object based, mostly both. TOI just uses too many conveyors, which is basically Tower of Confusion but harder. And Tower of Frightening Nightmares also just has pretty bad client objects. Just the main reason for its difficulty. Or I guess also some wraps, I guess. On like floor 9 and 10. But this tower is mostly just wrap based since it's the follow up to Tower of True Skill, which makes sense, I guess. But yeah. Let's just go on to the final scores, because this is a short episode, I know, but I wanted to do a tower from another area besides Ring 1. So for gameplay, this is the best thing that it has done. I will give it a 5 out of 10, you know. It has some flowy gameplay at some parts, and it's pretty cool in some parts, I guess. But it's still heavily unbalanced. Which, I mean, I'm not the person that has the most problem with unbalanced gameplay, but objectively speaking, unbalanced gameplay is not good gameplay. Design, I will give it as I would have given it a 0 out of 10 or -1. But to be honest, this tower has great music, so I would just be giving it a 1 out of 10. I know the Finstats and stuff like that carry this tower's design really down, but the music is one of the best, maybe even the best in Ring 6. You know, I love Sonic music, Ahead in Time music, the songs at least in this tower are pretty good, and the other songs are good. My least favorite one is in floor 7, by the way. Which is like the only song that I don't like. Okay, I was really far now. But yeah, creativity, I would just give this a 1 out of 10, to be honest. Which means that this has a 7 out of 30. Which is the same as Tower of Stress. Kind of insane that the modern 2025 tower has a revamp, sorry. Has less than one of the worst towers in the game for most people. Like, this is definitely one of the worst towers of its difficulty. I mean, it's pretty hard to you know, compete with good things, but I guess there are also some not so good ones. But you know, the devious 3 terrifyings are TOIM, TOFN, and just, you know, the good old, what is it called? Tower of I forgot what tower I'm playing. So TOI, Tower of Frightening Nightmares, and Tower of Impossible Movement is some of the like most hated and memorable terrifyings, to be honest. They're like, this tower really doesn't have that many creative aspects. Like, you could say that the extension of floor 6 is kind of nice, but again, like, what? Also, it's a cute, I guess. Also, this you could also call this tower from Possible Cheese, well, because this tower had a ton of cheeses. No, that was good. That was actually good. I'm kind of surprised that people can do this legit. Some even on their first try, or at least get to floor 2 on their first try. Which is kind of insane. But I guess this is like a kind of RNG based jump, like, I don't know. Like this, it's funny that the second jump of this tower is one of the hardest jumps in the entire tower. Imagine if like the second jump was at floor 10 on the outside. But yeah, this tower also has a pretty decent wind room. And fun fact, this is the first ever SC to be on the list. I know Tower of Glitching and Healing honest reviews. But yeah, Tower of Glitching and Tearing no longer is an SC, and I reviewed the non-SC version. I'm just thinking of creative aspects, so this isn't as bad as Tower of Stress. Yo, what? Yo, okay, that's sick. That's sick. Yo, should I try to cheese? I know you can't anymore, but... Wait, how does it go? Let's go. I'm outside. Yeah. Let me see. There's something, I guess. But yeah, this tower has some pretty. It's not that creative. Yeah, you see that. Why is there an insta kill? You can't even reach that. What? What is that bird doing here, huh? What do you think you're doing here, buddy? Huh? What do you think you're doing here in ring 6? Or whatever the fuck you are. Okay, and what is this? But yeah, I guess that's it with this review. I don't really know. Because like it's pretty hard to review a tower that's 50 times harder than your best. Shit. No, that was good. This floor is only like extreme, by the way. So yeah, the creativity is. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'm feeling nice, and I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 in terms of creativity, which means that it has an 8 out of 30, which means that it's better than Tower of Stress by 1 point. That's funny. Also, I had a mistake with Tower of Glitching and Healing. I forgot that I gave it an 18 out of 30, which means that it actually like Tower Screen Punching is actually like was at place 3, which is kind of funny, I guess. Since it got like 19 out of 30, I guess. Okay, yeah, these turn things into IM are pretty bad, but they're creative, I guess. So yeah, that's the reason why. Like these things have never been used in towers before. And also, it has like that one cool rock meme area, which has just dank memes from 2019. But wait, I want to see it. Yeah, okay, man. I also like this jump. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, that's it with this review. Okay, let me see. Okay, 10 stuff. Nice. Okay. Whatever the heck this tightrope is. Oh yeah. But yeah, this has an 8 out of 30, which means that the reviews are as followed. That the places are as followed. Place 1 we have place 6 we have Tower Stress. Place 5 we have Tower of Impossible Movement. Then we have on place 4. Yeah, place 4 Tower of Glitching and Healing. Place 3 we have Tower of Screen Punching. Place 2 we have Tower of True Skill. And place 1 we have Tower of Impossible Expectations. You know what? I raised up 1 for tots, so they're tight. I guess so 1 and 2 are now 2 tots. I want to see a tower that could overtake these, by the way. So yeah, that's it with this review. See you next time, and bye. Arbus is out.